Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Wired Voices. I today have a very young financial advisor. I mean, I can say that, the tables have turned. Riddhi, who is joining us from Mumbai today, has been able to join her father's business after acquiring essential skills with our FBI program. Hi, Riddhi. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Sam?
Very well. So, Riddhi, how does it feel like a youngest advisor in the room? Do you think that the eyes are always on you?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes it does feel like, I'm the youngest advisor and I'm advising it to, people who are aged more than 35 and 45. But at the same time, it's very important to look at the skill sets which are there and the way you are delivering it and the way the people are also comprehending. So that is one thing which I have learned over these 2 years, and that is helping me.
So, Riddhi, I mean, I'm curious to know. I'm guessing that you recently walked in as the financial advisor in your father's firm. So, was the first initial days very difficult for you because I'm guessing that sometimes as a young person, and for our audience to know, Riddhi is just 25. So sometimes is it difficult to put your word across, or was the room more cooperative than you thought?
I think I faced both of these environments, okay, that I've been able to put my word across very easily as well. At the same time, I have been facing challenges, and one of the most challenge which I've faced is with respect to the experience. But because I have a backup, right, which is my father, who has had these 15 years of experience, that challenge also got reduced. And one of the most significant thing which I used to do it was show data, right? And that was something which really helped me put the word across.
So, Riddhi, one thing I wanted to check was this always something that you wanted to do, or this came to you as a realization while you were doing something else?
So I am a chartered accountant by qualification. So that was something which I always wanted to do. But joining that business at this early age was something which I had not thought of earlier. But over a period of time, I realized that the early the better. So
Yeah. So,
hence I took this step.
so what encouraged you to do something like maybe an FVR? It's not since you've done CA already, I mean, you are a chartered accountant, but what nudged you to acquire more skills in finance alone?
Um, in finance alone, what I wanted specifically was the industry experience because it's very important. And since I wanted to join this business early on, there was no prior experience which I had. And because of which I took the step of joining this course to have the practical on hand experience and listening to the industry leaders, knowing what is happening around in the world was something which I was looking forward to. Like I would have taken some another normal finance degree, right? But the degree would be theoretical. I was looking
Yeah.
for a practical course.
Right. Right. So if there is a vision that you carry right now, what would you be able to sort of contribute as a financial
Hmm.
advisor in your own business?
The most important vision which I carry right now is to create an impact in terms of financial education. So I still see there is lack of awareness with respect to the right financial knowledge. Okay, so there have been a lot of information, there has been a lot of hype regarding all the financial aspects with respect to the equities, the stock market, because it's also
Yeah.
booming right now very well.
Right.
But what's most important is the right knowledge, the accuracy, and how much data backed it is. That is something which I want to create an impact in terms of my vision for 5 years, where I'm able to put across the right data, right knowledge, and able to enhance the financial experience of my clients, at the same time public at large.
So very nicely said. I mean, that brings us to another important topic, that youngsters are not very financially aware. Even
Yeah.
now, they don't know what to invest in, what to when to start investing. A lot of
Correct.
young people, when they start earning, maybe at the age of 21, 20, 22, these initial years, at least even for myself, I mean, these initial years, I don't think anyone thinks of investment as a big financial step.
Correct.
So,
Hmm.
so what do you think should be the strategy for younger people?
So the first and foremost strategy is to learn savings, because if we learn savings first, how to manage our savings and expenses, then only we can start investing, right? So, like early on when we were young, we used to get pocket money, right? So we had to manage our expenses out of those pocket money only, right? And even if we used to go and ask to our parents for more, they used to ask questions: why do you need, or for what reason?
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
that creating an environment that is very important, right? If you just give any person, okay, like huge chunks of money, there will not be that value of money. So creating that space, okay, of evaluating, questioning your spendings and expenses is very important, okay, because then only you will reach to the space of savings. And once those savings are done, okay, then you can plan out your investments, and then you can see, what are the investment options available which suit your risk appetite and your, return. But the first and foremost comes savings.
very nicely said. Do you usually sort of financially advise your friends and family members as well?
Yeah, definitely. So, not like in a manner like they should do it, but something in a way that it's their choice. Okay, but it's very important to kind of imbibe in every person. Okay, so I'm that kind of a person that I would do that. I would imbibe people around me to have that investment mindset at least.
Perfect. So, Riddhi, if I ask you maybe in 5 years from now, what is it that you want to be able to do, achieve with the knowledge that you have? What is it that you would want to do personally for yourself?
Okay, that's a question to be thought of. One of the most important thing which I feel, which I want to do, is to create as much awareness as possible in terms of what is the right investment option and how much wealth an individual can create along with that. So we are particularly into mutual funds. So my advice would be for a common man, if he wants to invest without any thought, okay, he can really start with around 20% of the savings and put it into SIPs. So that is something which is very simple, very easy, and a common man can easily earn a good amount of return via SIPs. And it's very important to also diversify those SIPs, keep some portion into the safe health, for the safety portion, and another ones, can go into for the high return and long term investment areas. So my vision is basically to create such kind of mindset and ensure that people are also acting, because there is one where we are just preaching, we're just saying
Yeah.
that this is something which should be done, but there is another which takes into consideration the action, the execution, which I've learned a lot from my father, that you know speaking is very important. We keep on speaking a lot of things, but actually doing it, keeping your word, and actually doing it for your clients, and wherever you're creating the awareness, actually doing it for them is something which is important, which they will remember after 5 to 10 years when they will see their growth. Because right now what is happening is I have those 15 years of experience, and I can see the clients who are so happy and satisfied. So I can see the amount of satisfaction which my father also has, because he has given those amount of valuable inputs and advice. So that is what something which I would think for myself, wherein I'm able to create that amount of wealth for my clients.
Perfect. So, Riddhi, while we close this, one piece of advice for these young people, who are dynamic, but then they do not think upskilling is an option. So they usually
Hmm.
think that we can upskill whenever we want to be able to. But that one piece of advice for them, especially the young ones who are your age.
It's very important to keep on upgrading yourself. Even right now, I feel I don't have all of the knowledge. I want to keep on upgrading my skills using, some of the other media or any other area where I feel like, this thing is very important and it helps you to engage into the practical experiences. So theoretical is one side, but skills is very important. So for all the learners, I would just request one thing, that have a very learning mindset. Okay, because the more you learn, the more you can actually add value to people around you, and have a practical oriented mindset, because that is what we're actually dealing every day, right? So that is
Right.
something which is very important for the learners.
That was very nicely put, Riddhi. Thank you, Riddhi, and thank you all our audience for joining again. And we will come back with another exciting episode of Wired Voices next week. Thank you.